If those cuts take effect, the United States military could be hit the hardest. Defense spending only represents a fifth of the federal budget, yet under the sequestration provisions, half of all mandated savings will come from the military.
Security is the fiscal uncertainty, and that if we keep on this path with what is happening in sequestration, that it's going to create a hollow army.
Tens of billions of dollars will be cut from the Department of Defense budget if a solution is not reached by Friday. Military training would see drastic cuts.
One of the things that's really, really important to note is that none of the cuts are going to go towards the combat environment. So whoever's in combat right now, all the supplies, all the support that they're getting, none of that is going to touch them, and none of it's going to touch those who are preparing to deploy to combat as well.
As the March 1st deadline approaches, both the Marine Corps and the Army have stated that if nothing happens, by January more than half of their ground combat units will not be trained for the minimum requirement needed for deployment or crisis response.
I think it's, affecting the safety of our country, but as well as the safety of our soldiers. Without minimum training, that's really putting them at risk, because they could essentially die over there if they don't have that's the minimum standard.
Others don't believe the cuts will put the U.S. in any danger.
I definitely don't think that a little bit of spending cut is going to hurt the military that much. We have the largest military budget in the world.
I'm not too worried. I think the military will get done what it needs to get done, and if the time comes when we need more money for whatever reason or crisis or something like that, it'll come.
If a solution is not reached by Friday, the 2011 Budget Control Act will require $1.2 trillion in lowered spending over the next 10 years. Up to half of that would come from the defense budget.